Welcome to Ghost Recon Wildlands here on Northern Seoul, and we're going to be discussing a little bit about gameplay. This is me doing some solo work here, and I'm going to discuss what I've actually learned with my time that I spent playing this. I've spent quite a bit of time doing this game. That's why it's taken me so long to come up with this video. I've been too busy playing it like crazy. It's been like tremendous fun and definitely worth the full price. One of these games. There's still some issues with it. It's not perfect, but for what you get, definitely can't complain. Amazing open world, really full, lots of diversity, really love it, and finding it's not that bad to play solo as well. Although preference, like, it's obviously ideal if you play with your friends. Co-op, probably one of the best co-op games out there. Highly recommended. And it's got a few bugs and glitches in it, but it's nothing game breaking. It's just more of an annoyance than anything. And luckily with the programming, they've made it so that it doesn't punish you too severely if something awful happens here. Then you don't get frustrated and want to throw the game, in the garbage, throw your controller at the TV, that sort of thing. If you like tactical stuff, this is a game for you. If you like firearms, just generally speaking, this is amazing. There's even bullet drop in the game, and there's actually enough distance in the game that you can actually use sniper rifles as they're fully intended to be used. There's a lot of games that have what we'll call sniper rifles or marksman rifles, precision rifles in them, but it's absolutely pointless because you're talking like 300 or less meters or yards. The distance just isn't great enough in the scale of the map to really need sniper rifles, and it's just basically something to be like almost like a shotgun at distance if you can aim it properly. More like PvP stupidity, but in this game it makes sense, and all the rifles that come into play, and pistols, all the guns are here represented, and some of the classics, and then some of the newer stuff, and some military stuff as well. So the variety is great, and you can just, if you like firearms like I do, then the variety will keep you, like, you can just change them up just for something, to do something different, and to use a gun maybe you can't afford in real life but would love to have, or is banned in your country. So there's a lot of things that here in Canada we can't have, or is restricted, so it's quite annoying. So it's kind of fun to play in the game. It's not the sniping aspect of the game, like there's no windage or any of that, or anything past, in real life you're talking like 600 plus, like 500, 600 meters plus, or yards plus. You have to start taking in other variables besides windage. Obviously that plays a big role, not in this game, but when you start getting those massive ranges, optics become very important, and you have to take into account your ammunition and all that kind of other stuff. So that edits that out and keeps it fun, but it adds the realism of the bullet drop, and depending on what you pick, effects, depending on the gun itself, the rifle itself, the bullet drop's different. So if you collect all the sniper rifles, for example, or other like assault rifles that have a little bit more extended ranges, they all work a little bit different. So if you have a bunch, you're gonna have to, it might be too much because you have to relearn every time you start using a different rifle. So you might want to pick like a favorite and just get used to where it shoots on the reticle with the, because you have holdovers to deal with. Me showing you here, it's great, you can steal any vehicle you want, and we're using the off-roader as intended, not to just get groceries or drop off the kids at school, at soccer practice. Look at that climbing power on this, amazing. Look at that. Smoking and everything. Oh yeah. And as you do with any off-road, you can't get up, you gotta back it off. Vehicle selection's really good. Watch out for, there's an upgrade for the Rebels, which is like they bring you, so it's a request vehicle drop-off sort of thing. Level 1 is they bring you just the normal crappy vehicle, kind of like this. I shouldn't say crappy, but it doesn't have weapons or anything. So it's just run in the middle. Here's a vehicle. If you get it up to level 2, then they bring you this armored truck with a turret on it. So you get to, it's like a minigun, I guess, a chain gun. You can get on that, and it's just overpowered, really. I mean, I don't like to say overpowered because I like being able to cut people down. I think it's great. So if you like that sort of thing, it's a good time. If you choose to level it up to level 3, it gives you a helicopter. But the thing is, there's no guns on it. It's just a helicopter. Now, for most parts, like just traveling around and getting out of trouble spots, the helicopter is the way to go. But for actually utilizing it to cut up people, to do like other side missions quickly, the vehicle's better. So the level 2 is actually better. So you might want to not actually upgrade that to level 3. It's unfortunate in the game, at least so far as I'm doing this, you can't select between the different vehicles, like as you unlock them. So you can't, yeah, you have access to level 3, and you want the armored vehicle with the turret on it. It's too bad you can't select it currently. Hopefully Ubisoft adds that feature in, and that would help a lot, because you go through all the trouble of unlocking it, and it's like, great, a helicopter. And sometimes the placement of the helicopter, this is one of the funny glitches, sometimes annoying. You're calling a helicopter, it just pops out of nowhere, so that's not realistic for a game that's kind of trying to be bits of realism. But I let that slide because I enjoy a fast delivery service. Because when you're in trouble, you just want the chopper to be there. And so it is, it pops out of the blue. But I've had one where it actually spawned directly over top of my character and crushed me and killed my character. bit of a glitch, obviously, on that. They need to they parked the helicopter with the rotors like right in the trees. So as soon as you turn it on, it just destroys the rotors. So there's definitely some glitchy parts in there. But I mean, what do you want for open world? It's like, I wouldn't want to program this, I'll tell you that much. So I think overall they did a fantastic job. And it's super easy to join your friends or have them join you in a game, and it's way better. You can tell it's designed to play with friends, like cooperatively. But you can play it single player. I like it. I don't put any points basically into the AI because they're just kind of dumb. But you can do sync shots all day and all that stuff. But if you're like me, you really want to take your time and pick people off yourself anyway. So depending on your playing style, and if you're doing that sort of sniper style, or where you're trying to get into an area and do the recon and all that stuff slowly and just pick people off, you enjoy that aspect of it. Fantastic game. You can also just run in places and just shoot people up if you're good enough, you got the right weapons. Absolutely. And some storylines in this game and situations, you don't really have a choice. I mean, you do have a choice. You can walk into a building and clear it out, CQB with a sniper rifle. I just don't recommend it. But that's why you have a selection like shotguns, submachine guns, assault rifles. Even light machine guns, fantastic. A lot of fun. There's not a lot of pistol selection, but realistically, you gotta use iron sights for them. You can get like lasers for them and stuff, but realistically, it's just iron sights. I wish they had a red dot for the pistol. Would make all the difference. As you see, I'm infiltrating into the base. So this is typically how I'll play single player if I can. Come up, recon the situation. It's all about height advantage, situational awareness, and angles. So if you like a bit of this co-op, I mean this covert sort of thing, like sneaking around, stealth, you can do it. But you can also like just go in there and like just carpet bomb the place with a mortar fire from the rebels, and there's so many options. You can even turn your drone into pretty much like a drone strike.
That's a kill.
Like a smart bomb. If you want to play that way, like there's so many ways to play. It's a lot of fun, and I can't stop playing it. One of the annoying things people complain about, I don't blame them, is that there's radios everywhere. So this music's everywhere.
That's a kill.
And unfortunately, I think somebody was saying, I don't know if it's a rumor, if it's true or not, but they have radios everywhere. And no matter, I know this for sure, even if you put the music volume all the way down to 0 in the audio screen, it's still just as loud. Like it has no effect on the radios. And somebody was saying that they did it on purpose so that people doing like these YouTube videos and stuff, so that they can't do the advertising. Like the people that YouTube will catch the song and it'll be copyrighted, and they got permission, like Ubisoft got permission to use it, whatever, they're licensed. And that way the people who own the music get to put commercials on your clips and stuff like that. And that's why you can't seem to turn it off at all.
I want you to tell your
So
friends
there's a
how the
lot of
blood
people
spilled
complaining
dirt
about that
here.
because they know
How you
streaming's like a
wailed for
big
your
thing
mama.
now
And I
all
want
that
you to
stuff.
tell them
So
we're coming for them next.
I
Understand?
don't think that's really appropriate. You pay for the game, and then it's like you can't even.
Fucking thug.
Like some people
He's
do this
lucky I
for a
didn't put a
living, I
bullet
guess,
in
like
it.
doing game
Shit, that would have been a mercy.
reviews or whatever. I'm just
Now
doing this
everybody
kind of
knows
for
he's
fun,
a
but
punk.
whatever.
The rebels are gonna make his life hell.
A lot of this, the collection, so tagging these caches and stuff like that for the rebels. Collecting in this game doesn't feel like a chore. I really like that. It's not like some of the other things that Ubisoft has done, like I think I mentioned this before in a prior video, where it's like you gotta collect 100 feathers or something dumb like that. It's like, but why? It's like no reason. So none of it's like it doesn't feel like busy work. It's not lazy program. There's no grinding. Got rid of
Check it out.
grinding's so
Weapons
annoying,
case.
and it's just my time's too valuable for this. You know, just to sit there and
Bring me
waste it
that
on
truck. Stay low.
on something nobody even cares. You know. But, oh, you did all the grinding for that? Wow, you're my hero. Nope. It's fun and easy enough to get weapons, and they make it easy enough where you can at least find out where the weapons are that you might want. So if you have the weapon list for this game, you can say, oh, I want that sniper rifle, or I want that assault rifle, I want that part, you know, extended barrel or whatever. It tells you what province it's in, and then you can go.
I got it. I'll fly.
Interrogate people to find out, you know, where
I'm
it is
in. Let's
specifically,
roll.
and then just go get it. And it's a lot of fun getting all the parts, and the gunsmith part of this is great. If you like to it's kind of like the RPG aspect of it, that you can customize, but it actually has an effect in the game. And once kitted out, I mean, the weapons do feel different. Weapons sound amazing. The audio in this game is just incredible. Almost try as much as possible to take the silencer off the weapon, because I just love hearing the report of the firearm itself. They must have done some sort of miking up. Now, some of it's not really super realistic. Like it's based on realistic aspects, but
Watch out.
with like changing the magazine, you'll have like you hadn't spent the whole magazine, so meaning there's a round in the chamber still, and you change the magazine, and the person like takes the magazine out,
Escort vehicle.
puts another magazine in, a fresh mag, and then they actually cycle the bolt, but it's like you just wasted a live round. But it's all animation, right? You don't actually lose a round, but you wouldn't do that in real life. So it's almost like somebody asked somebody else about how guns work. Like the person that did the programming didn't, or the animation or whatever. They don't. I'm not convinced they know anything about guns.
Looks like a food truck and
To the realistic degree.
The rebels could use that food a hell of a lot more than the cartel.
We got what we
I'm not
came
sure why
for.
they did that.
Let's clear out. The rebels can send in a team to pick up the food later.
Because I have seen in some games where they'll cycle the bolt carrier only on an empty mag, which is correct. Or if there's a jam or something, but obviously there's not going to be jamming in this game. But I don't know why they didn't go to that next level. There's so much detail in it. Even the sky and weather changes. The world seems to feel like it's alive. Like it does feel like there's villages. And you go to like these tiny towns and there's villagers dancing, having a good time, and doing walking on the road, carrying stuff. And you do feel like you're kind of in this version of Bolivia. And I love the variety in the landscape. It's so massive. Hats off to them. Amazing work.
Sniper out there.
I'm just going to edit some stuff out here for brevity. Just flying from one spot to the next, Unless you're just kind of relaxing and watching this, you'll kind of want to skip
another
that
tango.
sort of
Just
aspect.
spotted one with submachine guns.
Some weird stuff with flying too, where I don't know if it works on every platform. I'm on Xbox, and you'll be going forward, and then all of a sudden it'll just fly up into the air and keep increasing altitude. Kind of weird. And you have to actually jump out of the plane.
Okay, we're all
Hopefully you have a
clear.
parachute equipped. Skill level 12. I'm like at 20 something right now, so that's how much I've left this game. I think I've already got 70 hours into it or something stupid like that.
Tango number 3.
If you're doing
Got
this
another.
solo,
That's
one of the
5.
things I would
I got a
suggest
target
is
carrying submachine
do all the
guns.
collecting first before you actually get into doing the story missions. So try to get at least some weapons that you really want. If you want to get like a weapons list, and if you're not too sure about weapons, I'm sure there's some stuff on there that'll recommend it. For me, I'm using the TAR 21. Get that as soon as possible. Anything with bullpup assault rifle, as they call it here, which is just a Tavor, basically, except you can put it on full auto. I like that. Put a red dot on it, and then usually carry around. If I'm doing solo, I'll have assault rifle, and then I'll have
There's another one.
a
That's
bolt
10.
action precision rifle, so what they call sniper rifle here.
The drone is up.
I've got
Spotted one
almost
with
all
submachine
the sniper
guns.
rifles because that's the thing I like, and they work great. They're different from one another. There's like three or four. I have 3. One of those 338 Lapua Magnum rounds. They're incredible. And then there's 150 BMG. And there's a bunch of I think there's a few like 308s. And a lot of really great, nice semi-automatic precision rifles,
I got eyes
so
on
more
the
like the DMR style. Dragunov makes an appearance. Got the what are the M14, a variation of it, which is like semi-automatic. Kind of funny how, unlike the Division that has bullet sponges and is perpetually cold and has been likened to a jogging simulator because of its emptiness. This is like the opposite of that. It's just so much variety. There's life, and there's no bullet sponges. So, but there are people with like I'm assuming when they get up there, they're called heavies. and they have armor plates. So if you shoot at their chest, it does. It's probably like AR 500, which is realistic. Would be able to. It's like a composite steel plate, and that would stop like a 308, like an actual rifle round. So next thing you know, you're putting like 3 or 4 shots in their chest, and they're kind of stumbling a bit, but they're still alive. And you're like, come on, a rifle round like a 308 can't go through that. But so you have to watch your shot placement. If you shoot them in the head, it takes 1 shot. I'm like, good, at least that's realistic. But there are, if you're not watching your shots, because a lot of them shot placement with speed, you're talking center mass. Even if you're doing a long distance shot, it starts getting sketchy because the range. The one complaint I have is they don't have like a really high magnification optic. The highest one's really not high enough, like to my liking, to my preference. So you're still doing like center mass shots because the magnification's not high enough. And if you're doing a heavy, not really a problem with the 338, but anything smaller than that, caliber wise, you're probably not going to kill the person unless you actually do a headshot, which is difficult at range. So this one's no problem. Slight elevation there with the reticle for that. Under 200 meters, not a big deal. Start to get a bit more nervous when it's like 300 plus. 400, I see 500, 600. You really, especially if it's something where it's like you can't miss, you really want to have practiced shooting that rifle at that range with the bullet drop, so you know like where it shoots on the reticle and the holdovers. So far, the longest shot that I've done, longest kill in the game, and you can find this in the stats menu to see if you're not aware of
Tango down.
what your longest shot is. It'll tell you, or longest kill. I think I got 1253, so 1,253 meters, and that was using the I forget the name of the gun, but it's a 50 BMG bullpup. And if you played the beta, you probably have already used it. It was in that second part, in the mountainous region. So I used that to get a shot. No spotter. And I used the highest magnification reticle. I think it's like a TX5i, I want to say tactical. Only 5-round magazine. That's the only option for it. But I mean, those are big rounds. So with no spotter, I had 5 shots to do it pretty much. And I did it in 4. Got a recording. I'll put it up probably in the future. But super cool. You can shoot like over a kilometer away and just smoke somebody. So satisfying. Jeez, looking at that crappy shooting, I could tell you I was going to miss there. I can't believe. I don't know what I was thinking here.
Watch your step. These guys.
So right here, this is the bolt action. I guess that's the military model number, but it's basically an Accuracy International rifle. Just in case you want to Google it, look it up.
They got reinforcements.
What is this gun if I'm a civilian and I want to buy it? It claims it's got the longest distance real life kill, but I thought it was a Macmillan gun, a 50 caliber. Canadian, I think, got the longest shot to date, like confirmed. I think it was like something stupid. I think it was closing in on like 2 kilometers or something stupid like that.
He's history.
So inside of 400 meters, which is Every meter is almost like a
Chopper inbound.
yard. Or vice versa, I don't even know what I'm saying here. I think 100, is it 100 yards? It's like 90 meters. I think that's right. That's the conversion. So it's almost the same. So if you want those really long shots in the game, you're talking like 400 meters plus, you probably want to be using 338
Helicopter
or a 50
incoming.
caliber. Just gotta shoot at the lock here. And you open up the rebels that are tied in their cages. Poor guys. Fortunately, it's getting blocked in that one. If you have enough penetration rating, and there's also skills you can upgrade for killing vehicles, generally speaking, you can really smoke them with a good semi-automatic sniper rifle. This is the Dragunov, and it's got good penetration. A 7.62 by 34R munition, very hardcore.
Helo's done. Mortar, get to fucking cover.
Game's a bit sweary, so if you're a parent watching this, questionable whether you get to a kid, but I like it. It's realistic. I mean, who wouldn't be saying that? Oh, hits the mortar. Boom, that's what that was. The mortar blowing up. So in this case, because I'm doing a lot of sniping work, I like the option of quick follow-up shots, so that's why I got the semi-automatic Dragunov, but my flip side is the bolt action for extreme precision. But you don't get the option of, you can't stuff a grenade launcher under it like you could in Ghost Recon, I want to say, what is it, Super Soldier, something like that? Eat it. Yeah. Tritium night vision sights. Come on now. If you put up like all the points, all points in like running or something like that, it gets indefinite running. You like never get tired. I don't do a ton of running, but I don't do a lot of running away, let me put it that way. Got my Metal Gear Solid outfit on. Inspired. Don't go looking for it in the shop, it's not available, I'm just saying. Gotta find an opening here. Fences with barbed wire on top, you're not getting in. Oddly enough, can't use a frag to knock down the fence either. Now, it's that music thing, I had to edit that out, so don't get caught out for copyright infringement.
Good to go.
These helicopters, there's 3 different helicopters in the game, and then there's variations of them. This one's a heavy, they can take up beat, and typically you can get them with rocket pods, or it's not very nimble or maneuverable, so there are SAM sites and aircraft missiles and stuff like that. It's just harder to get away from it and all the jigging and stuff. And there's no button for like
I love when I get to leave the chopper.
flares.
Ooh-ah.
You do the mission, you're okay, successful, and then you can go back in the chopper and use it for yourself. You don't have to leave it, which is nice. Skill points on the map, usually 1, 3, or 5. And usually the point variation will give you a hint as to how tough it is to get to that specific collection of that skill. There's medals in the game that represent automatic upgrades without having to pay for them. You just gotta go get them and find them. So you gotta interrogate so you gotta get them. So you got the skill points, medals, you got upgrades for rebels, and then you have missions like rebel missions, side missions that help with the currency of like your comms, medical stuff, food, and fuel. Depending on what upgrades you get, it takes different currency. So you have to make sure you do enough collection if you're running a bit low.
Shit, we got company. We got a Sicario. Close to that stack of tires.
Deploying drone. I'm spotting another tango. A baby makes 3. I got a target carrying submachine guns.
You put some
Here's
points
target number
into
5.
the efficiency of the drone, and you don't have to like point that dot at everybody in order to find it. So it's a lot more forgiving. So you just kind of general area, and then the enemies get highlighted, or anything of interest too. So it could be like a generator, or lights, or floodlights and stuff like that. You'll start picking them out a lot quicker, which means less time
Rally up, people.
Copy that.
in the drone looking for stuff, and more time setting up and shooting. And if you've got friends you play consistently with, they're reliable, then you could strategically like pick out tasking. Like, oh, I like doing the recon and stuff. Okay, then you do that. Or I like running gunning. So you put points into this, that. I like driving.
Engage target.
So you put points into
Got it. Stop.
vehicle defense. Stuff like that. You want to make sure nobody steals the plane or helicopter in these types of missions. So you want to stay on the driver's side, because they'll always enter from
You guys all good? Damn, I
the
love
driver's
this
side,
stuff.
which is on the left.
Think I can
so
wear
like
this with
English
my
planes.
Class A uniform?
So I always hover around there in order to make sure that if anyone tries to get into the plane, because they're gone. If they get in there, forget it. You'll never get them. So I turn it all down. So even if you turn off the radio in the vehicle, as soon as you get out and get back in, it's on again. It's really annoying. And the music's just atrocious. It makes my ears bleed. Like, if there's anything in the game that makes me angry, it's not helicopters dropping my head. It's the music in this game. I'm getting run over by my own helicopter as I'm leaving it. That's fun. You just kind of laugh at it a little bit. It's like, well, so there's a lock on with the sand. I'm gonna try to get out of range. So not enough time for it to actually shoot a missile at me. But if you do get a missile shot at you, usually it's as you're flying by. What you want to do is turn toward the missile. So you want to be at, if you can, 90 degree. Just pull real hard left or right, and yank that stick up and get that thing to turn as hard as you can. And you should be able to defeat that missile. The weather change is nice. Look at this. God rays. Epic. Look at that clearing. So, the ambience. Okay. this happens all the time. Versions of this happen all the time. It's such a pretty game. It's immersive. If you're on the fence about it, just pull the trigger. Grab this game. Tell your friends to grab it. Grab two. Whoops. Somebody parked out there. It's dark.
We're done here. The rebels can send a team in later to pick up their supplies.
Friendly neighborhood. Rebels who always have stylish hats, colorful hats. They're not much help, but later on you put some points into them, they're pretty helpful, I'll tell you that much. Force multiplier. And same with the drone. You start putting points into that, like in the end part where you start putting EMP bomb, explosion, medic, so you can res your friends that have fallen. They're down. You just roll your drone over there, bang, they all pop up immediately, no waiting. And you just have the cooldown, and you can put points into your cooldown, so it takes less time. And you can play the game totally like being like sort of a robot master, kind of drone master. Just gotta put a GoPro on it. Actually, there is it, I guess. You know, instead of speaking a camera on it.
We poked the hornet's nest.
So if you enjoy watching this, we're coming at the end of this particular. Thanks AI. This is perfectly good. Boom. Yeah. Grenade launcher. Love it.
Clear over here.
Get that as soon as you can. Unlocks at level 5, I want to say. You can also grab one. There's an M203 as well. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.